song because the song is like there's nothing better than some music with me, so now can I just go and do it. Yeah.
Start talking. You sound like Eminem.
Huh? You got it?
You know the rapper Eminem?
Oh yeah.
You sounded like Eminem there.
I look like him. I don't know.
No, you sounded like him. You were like blah blah blah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah, the lines. You mean?
Yeah, you know Eminem.
Yeah, of course.
I know you know Eminem.
Yeah. Lose yourself.
Yeah.
What's the other one? There's another big song like from Eminem. Like
Eminem has a lot of big songs.
Yeah, there's a Jenny's back, Jenny's back, Jenny's back.
Oh, Shady's back, Shady's back, Shady's back. Na 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 na. The Shady's back Italo version.
Italo humming song. I prefer more 50 Cent, like, you know, The Game, G-Unit.
G-Unit?
You know G-Unit?
Damn, baby, all I need is baby.
I like the 21 Question. It's my favorite.
You know, that was a track that people told me that was their favorite, but I never really got into that track.
You didn't like the 24 Questions?
I think it was 21.
21 Question. You don't like that one? I like also Window Shopper.
Do you like Biggie?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not a big fan.
Okay, who's like your favorite rapper? Blackchild. This is Blackchild's top 5 favorite rappers.
Rappers.
Yeah, old or new, whatever.
I really like Chris Brown actually. Like.
Okay.
I like Neo.
Wait, hold on. We gotta pause. Stop right there. Chris Brown, rapper. Like what?
Yeah,
what songs does he rap?
He can rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like an R&B singer rapper. So I don't know. I mean, I'm more into R&B ish hip hop.
You know, people tell me that I look like Chris Brown.
You look like Chris Brown. Chris White, maybe.
Blackchild. So, hello, Blackchild. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
So this is I gotta say we're here with some friends.
And we just family, no friends.
Yes, with some fam, and we just ate an incredible meal at, what was the place called?
Yeah, Moshi. Yeah.
Moshi.
Yeah, we're gonna get a discount if you talk about them. Yeah, like.
You know, it's funny. I started talking about Space Odyssey, and now I get free grilled cheese.
Oh, of course, man.
So we might get free mochi.
Yeah, free sushi.
Some rainbow rolls. So I want to get into it. You know, you're Blackchild, you're here. I also just want to say, wow, before we even get started, to the listeners, hello. This is the first time that I've done an interview in like a year, because a year ago I really decided to just focus on short form and build the Instagram audience. Yeah, and I mean, I'm really happy with where it's at right now. But last time I did an interview was definitely when I was living in Tampa, and I gotta say, man, feels great to break out the equipment. It feels great. It feels great to bring all this stuff out, man.
Also, you know, it sounds different now. You're in Miami, so it's like.
Yeah. So you're living here for what, the next 2 months?
Yeah. I'm gonna be here for another month. I spent already 3 weeks, so I'm doing this little run into the US. So I spent a little time in Miami.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So Blackchild, let's get into it. So a lot of people may not have heard you know, on a long form style podcast before, and a lot of people want to know a little bit more about who Blackchild is. So I understand that you're from this teeny tiny little island off the coast of Italy.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable. Like, I'm from Ischia. It's like a small island in Naples Gulf, Italy.
And are there a lot of house artists there? Is Ischia known for? What's Ischia known for?
Ischia is known for good wine, for the sea, of course, beaches, for beaches. I would cut it.
Is it not known for beaches?
It sounds weird for me.
Well, are you a big beach guy?
No, not at all. Like, you know, like I have a pool in my house, so
Right.
when I go to Ischia, I usually spend the time at the pool with my parents. You know, I lock myself inside my house, so I mean I can spend time with family, with the dogs. You know, like.
So is the house that your family lives in Ischia?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the house that you grew up in?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really? So
Yeah.
like forever you've had
Forever,
this house.
I mean, not forever ever. Like since I was like 3, 4 years old.
So really, since you can
Yeah.
remember, it's always been the same house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my dad and mom, they built it like during the years. You know, it's not. It wasn't like it looks now. You know, they built it with many sacrifices. You know, they put a lot of money together, and then they finished the house like during the years. You know, like.
Yeah. And you know, growing up, did you live in was it a very musical home? Like, were your parents really into music?
Oh yeah, my dad is a singer. He's a pretty big singer of South Italy.
Your dad's a singer.
So,
okay.
Yeah, he's a singer and musician.
What
So-
kind of music does he sing?
He sings like he has an international like background, so he can play everything and sing. He sings like a lot of European, American music, also Neapolitan, you know, typical music, you know. So he's pretty like 360 artists, you know. Like,
So growing up, would you see your dad perform?
yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah, since I was born, you know.
Really? What?
So I remember the first time I was like 10 and I went to this club, Valentino. There used to be an old club in Ischia. And that's where I started DJing, you know, and I was resident there before all the madness happened, you know.
what did you say that club was called?
Valentino.
Valentino.
Yeah, like the
in
brand,
Ischia.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. And so is that the first place that you ever DJ'd, Valentino?
Not the first. There was like another club, like upstairs. It's called Ecstasy. It's still existing. It's still there, and it was like I don't know how to say, like the yacht league of the Valentino. You know, like where all the talents were playing before getting to Valentino one day. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say the yacht league, do you mean it was like sort of the amateurs were going there and like sort of
Yeah.
like cutting their teeth, I guess you can say?
Yeah, it's like, you know, like where you have to like do your bones, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
totally get it. So you know, you're 10 years old and you're at Valentina and
Yeah.
you're seeing your dad perform. Is your dad performing with a band, or is it like
No,
is
it's just him. It's like him and a singer,
okay.
usually female singer, and he does like everything with his keyboards. So he has like beats, everything inside his keyboards and stuff, you know.
Wait, so in the keyboard
Yeah.
he had like percussion, like drum
Yeah,
beats?
he makes like kinda like styles with some softwares. So he just works everything from scratch. Like he make the beat, he's actually designing the sounds too, you know. So he does all his own piano sounds, like organs and stuff, you know.
So when you were 10, you were
Yeah.
watching your dad perform live while your dad used this special keyboard to play not only melody but also create drum loops and things like that.
Yeah, you know, he used to create the drum loops, for example, in the studio, and then he had like the parts ready when he was gonna play. So basically, that's what he's still doing. Like he still works. on
Really?
this.
He still
Yeah.
does that?
He has also like a business called like a Simple Creator, where he does all his loops for all these. He has a lot of clients that are his colleagues that just buy these simple packs and they just load it in the keyboard. It's like they have the same keyboard as him, you know, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
That-
He's
so you
a
were-
proper, like, he's a kind of engineer, you know. He's very, I mean, he can do a lot of things with the audio, you know, like, yeah.
Do you remember watching your dad create loops when you were
Yeah,
little?
no, I remember when he did his first album, and we had
Wait, his first
yeah,
album.
he,
Okay.
he released he has an album, but he never released it. He released just one song, and basically it was like we had a little studio, a little room in the house.
Okay.
And he used to like work in this little room, like with this laptop and stuff. I remember it was like maybe 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, I was
8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're the same age. Where I'm
Yeah.
30. You're about to
Yeah.
you're about to be 30. So you're 8 years old watching your dad make beats
Yeah.
in your home, so that he could perform them live at clubs around Ischia.
Yeah, and in this case, Napoli, of course, especially Napoli. It's pretty big in Napoli, Caserta, like in the south, especially like mostly in the south.
So when you were incredibly, like, seriously incredibly young,
Yeah.
you were exposed to not just this performance of live music, but
yeah, I was literally in
the
the studio already, like at the time.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
That's when I started like looking at the doves. Like I remember I have seen for the first time Logic Pro 5. That is like very old software. Cubase.
Where's Logic now? Like,
now
is it 12
now
or-
it's 10.
It's 10. Okay,
Yeah,
so you remember
Logic
when it
Pro
was
10.
5.
Yeah, X.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean we have the newer versions, but it's the Pro X is the main one. So basically, I remember that was the first time that I started looking into making music, because I started first making music and then later I started DJing. So
And this is when, I mean, you were 8 years old.
yeah, maybe
house.
I started looking at it, but then after a couple of years, I started like putting some loops together.
So is this something that your dad would encourage? Like, is this something, and like, hey, like,
nah.
come here and let me show you?
No, for me it was like a game. Instead of playing like PlayStation or maybe PC games, I was just like playing with GarageBand. GarageBand from Apple?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I started with that one, putting together some loops, and I was very curious to make some songs. I always wanted to make songs.
Right.
Like that was a game for me, and then it became my job. Like,
which is wild.
I mean, I don't say my job because this is my passion. So I do it because it's my passion. This is not a job, Like for me, this is so easy and like very. I like what I do, so I'm never working actually. Like I hate the booking management work. That's what I don't like and I don't want to do. But I mean, now to be an artist influent in the industry, you need to be able to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really is fascinating watching you work, because
I mean,
like as someone who, I mean, I discovered your music maybe 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like seeing you work, just like be a DJ. Like it seems to be like this extremely fascinating life. Like you're all over the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 years now that I'm traveling,
so now hearing where it originated, when you're fucking 8 years old, watching your dad make loops.
That's crazy. Yeah.
No, so what I hear from that is that you have been doing this for 22 years.
Yeah, I can remember actually when I started, because I was I was a kid, so I was so young.
I'm curious.
I was born like with these, like
at that. So
I've never done anything else, to be honest. Like music has been my only job since I started working.
Like at that time, do you remember what kind of music you were making?
I was just pasting the loops from GarageBand, so I didn't have many options. Mm-hmm. So I was just putting together the loops on a BPM like around the ones that we play now, like 126, 28, But that's it. Like,
did you ever perform live with your dad?
I did many shows in the past when I was resident in the club at Valentino in Ischia. We played a lot of shows together, and also before becoming like a touring DJ as I am now, I was playing many private events with him, like weddings. I was also carrying his equipment for some years.
Wow.
I spent 2 years like just carrying his equipment and helping his helper. So I was like the third one.
This is when you were how old?
When I was maybe 17.
When you were 17.
Yeah.
So like it sounds like throughout middle school and high school you were sort of
during the summer that I wasn't going to school, I was just helping him, like carrying all equipment, the keyboards, all the stuff that he needed to perform, the audio system. So that's when I literally like made my bones. Like when I used to work in the music, you know. And then later, after a couple of years, he just gave me as a gift this Tractor S2, and he said maybe you could learn like DJing, because I was already producing, making some music, but I didn't know how to DJ. I mean, I was curious, but I've always been more into producing than DJing, you know. So after some point, he said, yeah, just need to get to put some money together. So I'm just gonna I mean, it was Christmas. I got this S2 from Tractor, and then I just installed Tractor on my laptop, and I started to use this and just trying to understand how to mix, you know.
So now we're in like 2008, 2009.
No, this is a later, bro. This
Okay.
is, I started 2012.
That was when you started DJing.
Yeah, when I started to learn, and then proper DJing, I took maybe 1 year, 1.5 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2013 was my first summer DJing.
What exactly does that mean? So it was your 2013 was your first summer DJing.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you were traveling around
No,
Italy?
no,
You were in Ischia?
I was just in Ischia playing as a resident in this club upstairs, the club where my dad was performing. Ecstasy, yeah. Basically, the owner is a family friend of ours, so he said Gennaro is learning how to play, how to play music. So basically, how to mix.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay, you can come here and play from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day. So after 3 months, he's gonna learn.
Yeah.
And also, I remember it was so hard because I had to keep the people on the dance floor, you know. And the more they were staying on the dance floor, the more the club was making money, you know, because they were spending money into drinks and stuff, you know.
So you would play from 9 to 4?
Yeah, every night.
And that's when you say every night, do you mean every weekend or literally every night?
No, every night from Monday to Sunday. Maybe they were closed on Monday, so it was like a Tuesday to Sunday. For 3 months.
There's an incredible book that you may have heard of, and it's called Outliers. It's by Malcolm Gladwell, and in the book, Malcolm Gladwell goes through artists and just successful people.
Okay.
And in one of the chapters, he talks about the origins of the Beatles.
Okay.
And before the Beatles were the Beatles, and they were massive, they had a residency at a club in Leeds.
Leeds, okay.
Yeah, in Leeds. And
it's not very like like a party city, so like it's weird.
So they had a residency there.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about the city, but it doesn't matter.
Maybe Liverpool. Maybe
Liverpool.
Yeah, because they are originally from
makes
Liverpool.
sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Beatles during this time had a residency at a club. Maybe it was in Liverpool or Leeds. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, of course.
But they were tasked with performing for a crowd for 10 hours a night, 7 nights a week. And that hardened them. That made them elite. It was that amount.
Yeah, of course.
Now, the way that Malcolm Gladwell frames many parts of this book is that situations like that, like the situation that you just described, where you're in this club from 9 p.m. to fucking 4 a.m. and you are required, a big job duty of yours is to keep the crowd. That is not only amazing for you because it like hardens you and it makes you a better DJ.
Yeah, of course.
But looking at it from the other side, it's this wild opportunity. It is this thing that it's an opportunity that was presented to you that you grabbed hold of and fucking ran with it.
Yeah.
Like when you said, so 2013 was that summer, right? Okay, so summer is what, 3 months?
Yeah, it's like June to, it's like June, July, and August, yeah.
Yeah. So during that time, you DJ'd for 12 hours a night or something, night after night after night, making
Trust me, after a couple of weeks, it becomes a little hard, to be honest. Because
what was hard about it?
Because, I had to spend a lot of hours with the club empty, so, it's not that good to play with an empty club, and you have to get the moment where like 20 people get into the club, and you just like have to keep them in the club. So basically, you spend on 5 hours you play. The first two, maybe you are alone. You are all alone. Like it's just you and the music and the and the equipment. So basically, it's like sometimes it was hard for me. I was like, I cannot do this. I need to find something better. But then I realized that
Well, they say there's nothing better than music.
exactly. But from that time, I learned that like to handle the dance floor, like to keep the people in the dance on the dance floor. So that was maybe the most important time for my career. Now the things that I understand now, I understand them because I spent the amount of hours playing in that club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, 2013, you were finishing up high school, going you're 18 years old. I'm always very curious about this because this is more of a culture question. In the United States, there's massive amounts of pressure on young adults to go to college and to
University.
and to quote unquote get like a real job.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, I know very little about the culture of Ischia. Was there pressure on you? Did you feel pressure to like, okay, this music stuff is fun, but I need to get like a 9 to 5. Has that ever been a concern of yours or anyone around you?
I had a very strong example of my dad, So basically, he was literally living and building our family with the music. So I had another example because everyone had to go to university. Like it was almost mandatory. But my dad was always like, okay, go to study, and then maybe if you want to make music or you want to do something else, just do it. But first, you have to try and study and see what you like, I went to the university actually, I spent 1 year. I went to university. I was studying languages, English, French, Spanish, English and Spanish. But I lasted like 4 months.
Is this in Ischia?
No, in Napoli. In Ischia, we don't have university, so I had to travel. I had to live in Napoli for some months, and then, but basically, I was playing shows in the weekend because I was already playing in Napoli in some clubs. So basically, I was focusing on making music, and then the weekend I was playing shows. Okay. So basically, I didn't have any time to to rest and study, So I did like a couple of exams, maybe 3, and then I just say, okay. I went to my dad and my mom and I said, yo, I wanna make music. And then my mom was crazy, was like, oh, you're not gonna make money. You need to look up yourself, like you need to build your future. Music is a passion, but it's not gonna give you the bread. And my dad instead was silent. He was like, you can do it, but I give you everything you need, but you have to make it. Like, he was very direct with me. You say you have to make it, or you'll be back to university, or maybe you're gonna go and find another job, find a real job, But inside of him, he knew that I was gonna make it. Like, he was this was his biggest dream. Living in the music with music. Making money and make this my job.
Mm-hmm. So there was no doubt in your mind, but that sounds like it was probably a difficult conversation.
Yeah, especially with my mom, because when you are not into the industry, when you are not into the music, you don't really understand that this is more than a job. It's something that comes from the inside. It's nothing that you can control. So if you really want to put 100% on this, you have to do it.
Right.
There's no comeback, so at least give it a try,
Yeah. And so you have this conversation, and you're probably 19 at this time.
Yeah, I was 20 at this
20.
time. I was I'm probably 20. Yeah.
And at that time, did you already have music out?
Yeah. I was starting releasing music. Yeah.
Okay. So at that time you say I'm not going to go back to university and I'm going to focus on this music thing. What does that first year look like? Like hold on, like you have now decided I'm fucking going for it. I am going to do this music thing. You just had this conversation with your mom and dad.
Yeah.
What does that first year after making that decision look like?
Yeah, actually the focus was to make some money together to live and keep the dream going on. So basically I had to play like private shows for a lot of money and play some good shows for no money. So basically I had to play a lot of commercial reggaeton stuff, like commercial revival things, you know, like private parties, weddings, to put some money together and be focused on the studio. So basically I spent a couple of years like playing shows with the music that I didn't want to play, but I had to do it to put some money together and travel, go and meet the DJs, go and listen to the music in Ibiza, going to London, just like keep it like rolling, you know.
So I love that answer. So it sounds like it took a few years to... How long did it take to really get that rolling and to be independent off of music?
I mean, it was immediately because I started playing private events and they were paying quietly good. Mm-hmm. So also like, I mean, I could survive. Also, I was still home in Ischia, so I didn't have any expenses. So all the money were on for my life. So after a few years, I just said, I mean, after 3 years, I really wanted to stop playing these shows with commercial music, with these private events, because I really wanted to focus on the music. So from one day to another, I said to my dad, please don't get me in any private events with you, any weddings. I don't want to work anymore with you. I just want to focus on my music, on my field. So this is the music I want to do, and I'm gonna put all myself into it. I'm starting to release music. I'm getting a lot of support from artists like Marco Carla, Pagosuna, Kenny Dope. So I'm just gonna break up with this commercial world. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna focus on my music now. So that was the hardest. It was even harder than when I went out from university, you know, like, because I had to say my dad, like, stop getting me jobs. I don't wanna play anymore at these shows with you. And he was like, at the beginning he was offended because he was like, he's just gonna refuse all this money. And I was like, I'm not gonna get this money. I'm gonna get the money from the thing that I love, from the thing that I really want to do, you know. Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, I understand that you already had music out. But when you were going out, you know, and playing these private shows and playing these commercial shows, like you said, that you were playing some even reggaeton and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I had to play everything, you know.
At that time, were you going by Blackchild?
Nah, I was with my real name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there was a lot of private. They didn't even know my name because I was literally performing half an hour after my dad, just 30 minutes, and I was getting them money and like for
so
money to.
So at what point did that name Blackchild come in?
The name Blackchild came like during this period, but it was a little bit on a secret side because I was working on the music. I was releasing music, but I wasn't playing any show as Blackchild because I really wanted to keep it cool. Like, I really wanted to keep Blackchild for a very Blackchild show, you know. So since I was very young, I wanted to keep Blackchild very exclusive and very cool, you know.
And so can you explain the name Blackchild?
So the name Blackchild comes from my musical taste. You know, I used to listen to a lot of black culture artists. Mm-hmm. I used to listen also now. Like, I've always been like very passionate for jazz. So I love John Coltrane.
Like who's tattooed on your neck?
Yeah, this is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like he's God for me. Like he's like my granddad. Mm-hmm. So this is Shade. So I mean, these are my favorite artists, together with Michael Jackson, and then we have Pino Daniele. It's like a classical Italian Neapolitan singer. And then I love all this black culture. There is also this album from Pino Daniele called Nero a metà that he says like half black because he was feeling black inside, in his soul.
Mm-hmm.
So also my name comes also from the side the thing that when I was young, I used to be very tanned because when I was in Ischia during the 3 months, we spent the whole day by the beach. So on the second half of May, I was black. Like my skin was super, super black.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I used to be very tanned, like when
So it's like an homage to black culture.
Of course, yeah. It's something that very like, it's a hymn to the black culture, like.
Yes.
My name is very devoted to the black culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can really hear like your music is funky as hell, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So going back to the timeline. So now you've stopped performing music with your dad. Or better yet, you've stopped going to these commercial shows with your dad.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're getting support from Paco Osuna and Marco Carolla and Kenny Dope and these massive artists.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Basically, I got contacted by a couple of booking agencies and stuff, but I knew that I wasn't ready to join this like industry from a day to another. So I kept studying, I kept making music, I kept DJing. So after 2018, I really started to get like good offers to go and play out of Italy,
What do you think was the first song that really made a difference in your music career?
Yeah, it's like A Bit Housey, 100%.
A Bit Housey is so good.
Yeah, A Bit Housey.
I don't know just what I see, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, it's still going around.
Me there is a sign. So good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first song that got supported by Marco Carola and at Soundwaves. At that time there wasn't still like viral videos. Instagram, TikTok wasn't existing. Instagram wasn't that big, but these videos from the Soundwaves got very like viral, like millions of views, and everyone was like, what is this song? And I literally released this song like a couple of months before the Soundwaves, and it was on a very small label from South Italy. So this guy from the label was like, man, where did you come from? Like, what's going on with this song? It's going viral. It's everywhere. Thank you for what you did for the. I was like, bro, I didn't even know how to write an email to an artist. So what's going on here? Everyone was tagging me, texting me, like booking agents, like texting me, like, yo, we're gonna get you some gigs. And I was like, man, slow down. I'm still 23. Let me just see what's going on. Also, I couldn't even play like a proper set, like an underground tech house set, Mm-hmm. So I was like studying, watching DJs. So that's when I started traveling, like around,
So A Bit Housey took you.
Housey, A Bit Housey was the first one, 100%.
Yeah. And then A Bit Housey kind of swung open the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was also, A Bit Housey, I think, has been one of the first songs with a hip hop sample that got big in the tech house scene. There was literally the first song where I was totally ignoring the copyright controls and stuff, and I just released it, and they were like, "Oh, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy! Like, that's crazy!"
Yeah. And from that, you're like now where you're at, because that was only 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, this was 8 years ago.
Yeah. So
no, it was 7 years ago. You're right there.
So after that, the ball really started to roll, and you started to become known worldwide.
Yeah, for the music, but not as a DJ, more like a producer. You know, like I wasn't playing any gigs yet, so I was just keep releasing music, like getting good supports, and then later I started DJing, and then I met some people that helped me to be here. You know now.
Yeah. So let's take a quick break. Okay, and we're back. By the way, do you know what time it is?
No.
It is 1:52 a.m.
Oh fuck! Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up late. I know.
Yeah, we're fine. I was fortunately able to cancel my first meeting tomorrow, and it wasn't even my like. It was my choice to cancel it, but it was like a good choice. Like it was something that needed to happen, and we went to that restaurant that we went to, Moshi,
yeah.
Holy shit, was that good?
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing with my times is that it open until 5 a.m.
Yeah,
that is a game changer, you know, because I'm a late guy, so.
And we should say, like, what that means is that at 4
Moshi?
like at 4 in the morning, like at 4 in the morning,
yeah, you can
go
and
and get a full thing of sushi.
And you know what's another thing is that you get the food instantly. You order, you get the food like in 3 minutes.
I noticed that when we were there.
Yeah.
It came so fast.
Yeah.
And I got like short rib ramen.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not gonna give us at least 3 meals for free, we're not gonna post this.
This podcast may or may not be brought to you by Mochi.
Mochi Child.
Mochi. Oh my god. Mochi Child. But you know what they didn't have at Mochi when we got the mochi, and they didn't, and it wasn't chocolate.
Yeah, there wasn't only chocolate mochi. Yeah, that's right.
It was only mango and like strawberry.
And strawberry, yeah.
And then because we have a little studio audience here. What were our? Tell me about your thoughts on the lava cake. I thought it was okay. What did we think of the lava cake? Okay, out of 10, just like say the number. 7.
8.
8?
6.5.
I think 6.
Yeah, I think 6. Yeah.
Because what you were saying is like Mishi, like you can go there and get really really yummy food.
Moshi, yeah.
Moshi. Okay, I'm fucking.
Yeah. You can get good food, not excellent, but good food. Anything you just order is gonna be good.
Like it's worth going there and getting food.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, of course, especially when you're late, you know.
Okay, so where were we? We were just talking about the calm. I mean, it's hard for me to say the calm before the storm because you know
it's the calm.
What I mean by that is the calm before the storm is like A Bit Housey just came out and the world is blowing up because holy shit, it's A Bit Housey. Who's this Blackchild guy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, and then
wait, hold on. This was you when you heard A Bit Housey was going viral.
I was just confused.
Wait, and this was the crowd. Oh wait. I don't know what I see. Don't fuck with me. Okay.
Exactly.
So A Bit Housey comes out. It's lit, and now you're getting bookings all around the world. Question for you: the first time that you stepped into space, were you DJing?
Yeah.
That's fucking gangsta.
Yeah, that was my first time.
Wait, hold on. Okay. so the first time you ever step into space, you were DJing there, and I'm assuming that you had definitely heard of space.
Yeah,
prior to going.
That was
what so before you even got there, what were your thoughts about space?
I was very nervous because it's like the first time I played DC-10. It's like this like big clubs, like famous clubs, are always like milestones for every DJ, you know. So when you get to play there and you are that young, like I was, I mean, it's so emotional, and also you have to you have to make it work. So you need to be ready for it. You know?
Yeah, that's interesting because
Yeah.
you're so nervous, but you're also so excited. You realize
Yeah,
that it's this
yeah,
milestone,
yeah.
but you also like a big part of the nervousness is just the fact that you need to perform.
Yeah.
But pun intended, you need to perform really, really well. You need to be ready. This is kind of a generic question, but it is interesting. Before you played at Space your first time, did you do any special preparation for it, or how exactly did you prepare for it? Or go ahead.
I didn't know anything in preparation for it.
Yeah.
I just played all my unreleased music and then it worked. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you get to play in these kind of clubs, you don't get there like without any reason, you know. So when you get there because you're ready for it, you know.
Yeah. It's always an interesting question to hear how people prepare because like some people will actually like really gather a lot of music for an upcoming show, and a lot of people it's more of just like for me, DJing is a lot like working out because it's just I'm at the decks and I'm just consistently like practicing and getting to know my library more and more and more, and then after like a few months I'll kind of like build like a new library and I'll just like practice that like more and more and more, and you just kind of get like fucking strong at like as if my own library was like a muscle. That's kind of how I view just like DJing. But what it sounds like is by the time that you got to Space, which by the way, what year was the first year that you played at Space?
2023.
2023.
2020, yeah.
2023. And so showing up there, you must have been so fucking excited.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first US tour. You know,
Right.
I got the visa and then I came to US. I played some shows and then I played the Solid Grooves 2023 Miami Music Week. So I played, the first show was at the ground. So it was downstairs. But still it was a big, there was a big milestone for my career, you know. Like as an Ischia guy going to play Space with Solid Grooves. It was very special.
And,
So,
at that point, you had what? What's your Solid Grooves track that has an orange cover?
My Gem.
No, it's not. Wait, that's not the one that I'm thinking of.
Oh, maybe the Keep the Secret one.
Keep it secret. Yeah. Keep it secret.
Yeah.
So that came out, and so you had a few Solid Grooves releases, and then a ton, and then they invited you out to do the Space Solid Grooves show.
No, it wasn't like this. I mean, I joined the Solid Grooves family in 2019. So I literally became part of the team, you know, at that time. And then they also started to manage me as Prime Culture. That is the agency that manages Solid Grooves and all the Solid Grooves artists. So I was resident already, you know. From 2019 October, I started working with Solid Grooves.
Right.
So I played my first show at ADE and then the Printworks show, and then I played a show in February in Malaga, and then they locked everything for COVID.
Where were you when you realized that everything was shutting down?
I was in London. And then basically I was in London because I had my uncle there living, so I was going there to link up with the guys, to listen to the music. You know, London was the very center of our music. So I was going there always when I had time to go, to get to study some DJs, get to listen to music, records and stuff. So I was there, and then I say, fuck, I have to go home now because this COVID thing is getting real. So I came back to Ischia, and then I did the lockdown there likely I came back and I spent the full lockdown with my family.
Did you have shows coming up that got canceled?
A lot, bro. I got all the shows that I did the day after, the year after canceled. I had to play big festivals like Kappa Future Festival. I had to play festivals like Park Life, like the biggest festival in Europe. I was on the lineups and everything got cancelled. Also, we had to do our debut at DC10 and it got cancelled, everything, you know.
Your debut at DC10 got canceled because of COVID?
I mean, Solid Grooves got their residency at at DC10. So basically, I had to do the summer in Ibiza with them, and we didn't even start talking about it because they locked everything on February, you know.
Fuck.
Everything got just postponed to the year later, you know.
When that was happening, what were your thoughts on the effect on like on your status at that time?
Bro, that time was the time to change the things. Because that was the time to just sit in the studio and make the best music I could have ever done.
What songs did you make during COVID?
All my big songs that I have are made in COVID. Like Keep the Secret was made during COVID.
Was Changes?
Oh, Changes, yeah, there too.
That's crazy.
Was October 2020.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the most of them they were made during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I made like probably 200 tracks during COVID.
Do you still play? do you still play any of the unreleased ones?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I got a bunch of. I got more unreleased music than released music.
And when it comes to live performance, are there certain unreleased tracks that you're pretty confident will stay unreleased so that you can continue playing with them live?
Yeah, a lot. Maybe 20% of my released are gonna keep being released.
So these are tracks that you have to come to a Blackchild show to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And
a lot of edits, especially, you know.
And to piggyback off of that is a continuously moving train. Like one thing, I mean, the first thing that you did when you walked into my apartment is you took out Logic. And I don't think
that's what I do all the time.
I have a feeling that's probably not the first time or the last time in your life that you're going to walk into a room and immediately start producing.
Yeah. No, that's what I do all the time. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so
I can't stop it.
You know, the Blackchild show just continues. You know,
yeah, that's the thing. You know, I got a bunch of unreleased music that I don't play anymore because I made 100 more unreleased that I'm playing now. You know.
Yeah.
So when you come to one of my shows, you have always new Blackchild music all the time.
If you come to a show like that, like what. You're hearing stuff that you literally cannot hear anywhere else. You know, one thing that I've been really exploring in my mind recently is the concept of like the tangibility of a song. Like when you look at, okay, like a TV is something that you can touch. You know what I mean? Like I'm touching my TV right now.
Yeah, of course.
You can't really touch a song, but you know that a TV is valuable. You can sell it for $200, and technically you can also sell songs. But when you're just like literally the sound waves that you're hearing through a speaker, that is a different type of tangible. It's like a different type of value. So a good comparison that I can make here is like when you're at a show, when you're at Space and you're hearing this unreleased music that you can't hear anywhere else in the world, it's a lot like going to the fucking MoMA. It's a lot like going to an art museum.
It's like an exhibition. Yeah.
It's literally like that. Like, and I love going to art museums. Like when I was living in West Florida, in Tampa, St. Peter, that's where the Salvador Dali Museum is.
Okay.
I went there 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah.
And just seeing this art is just phenomenal. And it's that feeling that I get when I'm looking at art and I'm in a museum. It's so similar to when new unreleased music pops up in my inbox. And it's like, holy shit, is this about to be a Salvador Dali painting that I've never seen before? Yeah, and more to the point, it's the same thing as going to a Blackchild show, going to like a show by a really fucking committed producer who is literally giving you these things through the speaker. It's so cool.
Something that is very that there is the difference between me and other artists, you know, because, you know, I'm not a social media monster or something like that. I'm not viral guy, you know. I'm more like into the music, you know. So basically, that's what I try to bring to the crowd. You know, it's more about the music. You know, that's me.
Like giving them something to giving them something to really value and appreciate.
Yeah, something new that they can say, yo, this gotta be a new Blackchild song. You know, this could be a Blackchild song. You know, and then that's what I'm trying to do with my label too, to bring new music and just give a different vibe to the set that I play, you know.
I gotta say, I was pretty fucking excited when you sent me Nothing Better Than Music, dude.
Yeah, you've been one of the first people that got it in official promo, you know, like.
Yeah, I sent you that DM. I was like, hey man, I'm playing this show in 2 weeks. It's my show. I'm headlining.
Yeah.
And I want to throw this at the crowd. Like I want to fucking bring Nothing Better Than Music to Miami.
Yeah, of course.
It's great. The crowd at Mode went absolutely bananas when I played Nothing Better Than Music, because it was definitely the first time it was definitely one of the first times ever that song had ever been played in the United States. By someone other than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. Also, we got like 3 plays probably before you. There was Joseph at Circo Loco, Dennis at Factory Town with me. Yeah. A couple of times. So yeah, I mean, actually this song blew up literally in the US, you know, because the first place and the only place were in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, then was I in the first 10? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
First 4 probably.
Fuck yeah. Okay, that's cool. Wait. Let's fucking go. Top 4. Graham Radio. Top 4 people to play Nothing Better Than Music off of Defected by Blackchild. That's cool. And also the people in the crowd, that means that they were one of the first 4 crowds in the United States to hear that.
100%, yeah.
To hear that.
Yeah. Big up.
Like when I played that at Mode, I gotta say, like I need to show you the video. I have all the footage.
You played the final master. You played the official one, the one that came out, the good one.
Yes. Was I the first one to do that?
I don't know, but maybe I played it before, but you know. but I mean, I saw some videos, I think, and they were cool. Like,
yeah, because so Mode actually, like the club, they took a video of me playing it and they put it on their Instagram.
I've never been there, to be honest.
But it's cool. It's cool. So wait, let me tell this and then I'll explain Mode. Like they put it on their Instagram, but I knew that you didn't like want it to kind of like be out there. Yeah. So I didn't repost what they put on their Instagram because I was like, is he not gonna want me to do this? I was like, I don't want to fuck with that. Let me just like not do that. But Mode's cool. It's like you walk in and it's and you're on the top floor, and then there's
is it a rooftop or something?
No. So you walk in and you don't even know that there's a basement. It looks like any normal building in any normal, you know what I mean, in downtown Miami. So you walk in and it's like I would call the top floor like a bar with a dance floor. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they redid the whole DJ booth. It actually looks pretty sweet. It looks cool. But downstairs is like the club. Okay. Yeah, like upstairs is the bar with the dance floor. Downstairs is the club. Like for a casual, just like going out person, like someone who's just going out, regardless of the music or the whoever. Like you're going downstairs. Like that's. Like, I mean, I guess most of the time I could be misspeaking, but I know I'm not. I'm not. It's the fucking downstairs. That's where the nightclub is. Yeah. But yeah, Mode's cool.
I've never been there.
It's cool.
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a spot. And when I played Nothing Better Than Music, it was insane. But I also want to give you another. I want to paint another picture in your mind. When you sent me that song, I am like immediately like I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it. because I didn't want to just listen to it in here. I put on some running shoes, walking.
Oh, okay.
My running shoes that I use for walking, and I went on a walk and I put it on, and the beat, I mean, is so good. But I have the receipts. I've been saying this for a while. I think my favorite thing about the song is, "Don't you feel the music?" Yeah. So what's that sample from? Can you tell me about that song?
It's Elmi Deodato. Elmi Deodato is the original artist from the vocal. I sampled the vocal from the song. It's Keep On Moving. So this is just like the bridge of the song, because the song is like, there's nothing better than some music with me, so now just go and do it. Na 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 na, you feel alright? Da 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 da. Get on it.
That's the
keep
original.
On moving, keep on moving. That is the bridge. It's like a secondary part, you know. It's not the very hook of the song, you know.
So the first time you heard that actual song, did you know that you wanted to make a house track out of it?
Nah, I knew this song since years, and then, you know, I just kept listening, because what I do to make music, I just listen to old music, trying to find something to get inspired by, you know.
Yeah.
We're
good. Yeah, I'm just checking.
So basically, you know, I listen to this one and I listen to the lyrics and I say, yo, this is catchy, and this sound, I really like this song, and I really like these vocals. So I said I should just split it from the instrumental and just do a new beat around this. So I just literally sit in my house in Rome, like I got an apartment in Rome, so no studio, headphones. I've just sat down at my desk. I've just like took out the vocal from the original and just started working around there's nothing better than some music thing. And then he came out with these guitars, and when I made the beat, I got some videos too. I was like, oh, this is a classic. Like, this might be a classic. So I did like this, the main part, the structure and stuff, and then I said, no, I have to give it time. I don't want to do it like with I don't want to rush it. I wanna give it a breath, you know. So I kept listening to it and I said, this is a classic. Like, and then I finished it, and when I finished, I was like, man, this is a bomb. I had a label that I had to release on, and they were waiting for some music from me. But then my manager texted me and said, yo, I'm getting a bunch of emails from Defected. They want to sign your music. And I was like, I already got some requests from them in the past, but I've always thought that I had to do first my journey into the underground, and then later get bigger on a label like Defected, you know. So at some point, I showed this song to my team, and they were like, man, this is Defected. Like, we can't go away from that. Like, it gotta be Defected. So we literally sent the demo to them, and like after a few hours, they say, yo, this is great. Let's try and clear the sample. And then we signed the release after like 2 days, 3 days, and that song was Defected immediately. Like, it was so easy. Like,
Wait,
it sounds so Defected, you know. Like.
So from the time that you started making the song up until it got defected by, up until
a week.
A week.
A week, yeah.
A week. Okay, you knew what I was
After
going to
a
ask.
week, it was signed. Maybe less, 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Also to me, because I was like, oh, this is, yeah, like, and then I got it signed, and then, I mean, we had to wait a little bit after they wanted to sign the song, but we had to wait for the clearance. So basically, we waited for the artist to clear the sample.
Waited what, 5 minutes?
It took like, I don't know how does it look like, but how does it took, but I think it was like a week probably, you know. Yeah, and then we got
that
locked it in.
You saying that makes me immediately think about the way that you produce music, because you said that you started off with the sample and then made drums around it. But then, honestly, when I hear a track like Disco Era Dub, but Mindshake, like what I hear from that is it's so percussion. It's like when I hear that, I think, because the other day we were talking about people who make music and people who make beats, and that sounds like a beat song. And I'm not saying that as like a diss. I'm saying that as like it's so okay. When we'll come right back to nothing better than music, but like with Disco Era Dub, did that start out as drums?
No, that started from the vocals too.
Okay.
Because I really like the original song from Michael Jackson. So also the lyrics were very catchy. So I said, "Get out, come on, do that."
So okay. So going back to
what does it say? What does Disco Era say? Like,
I mean, we can just play it right now.
On the floor and then.
Wait, here, hold on.
Yeah, like it's so catchy, like.
Wow. Wait, I'm gonna do something that I don't think I've ever done. So we're about to play your song.
Oh yeah.
So do I have your permission? Hey YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey YouTube, check me out. Do I have your permission?
We can do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Do I have your permission to play Disco Era Dub off of Mindshake? Do I need Paco as soon as approval as well?
He's gonna accept it. Yeah.
Get on the floor.
He's so a song for the crowd,
You see what I mean though about like the percussion? I just feel like there's so much like really in your face glitchy top loop type of shit going on here.
There's a lot of accents that I love. I love to put this kind of accents in the beats. Like
it's so crazy. Wait, one more, because I was just listening to Vagabundo today.
Oh yeah.
And
that's my tattoo.
Yeah, I was about to say before I met you, I didn't realize that you had that literally tattooed on your hand.
Yeah.
Did you get that because of the song?
Yeah, of course. Also because of my way of life. You know what that means, no?
No. What does it mean?
Vagabundo.
What does it mean?
It's like someone that doesn't have a proper residency, like doesn't have.
A vagabond.
Vagabond, yeah.
Just like this in this track, I feel like you do a lot of surprising stuff. Like it's very surprising, like the way that things kind of happen.
I love
it. Like that, like right there, you just like switch up the beat because it's the sax and
the top loops. Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's like it almost turns into like not like a rap beat, but it turns like hard. Like one more time on that intro.
Is it just the perks and the glitches?
Wait, hold on. I forgot to ask. Blackchild, do I have your explicit permission to play Vagabundo, the radio
just
edit
do it
by Blackchild?
do it.
I have your permission. Let's go.
Do it.
And then right here. The kick.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That track is just absolutely insane. So like when it comes to your process for making tracks, like do you make a lot of like 16 bar demos and like do you stay on one track for a while or like bro, how does it work?
I keep listening to 16 bars for like 2 days. When I understand there is a good one, when I just can keep listening to a loop for like hours and it's never gonna get me tired, bored of it, Mm-hmm. That's when I understand it's a good beat and I can build the song with that,
So what you'll sit on a 16 bar loop for
Yeah.
2 days or
Maybe
something.
32, yeah.
Or 32, sure. And at some point, do you think to yourself, this is something that I want to make a full song?
Bro, it's just something that is unnatural. It's not. It's not about me. It's just something that comes from my soul. I don't know. It's just something. Sometimes I just spend a lot of time by the laptop, and then I finish a song, and I don't even know how I do it. It's like something I can control. Like it's something that's coming from from the sky. Probably. I don't know.
It's just.
I'm not saying that it's just a piece of art, but when I do something, it's just coming from somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because the way that you talk about making music sounds like it's not something that you really even think about. It's just something
It's just something that I do naturally, like pasting some stuff together, playing some parts, and then it becomes
a part of your life. It's something. It's been with you since you were watching your dad play his live stuff and creating loops like that.
I do it very naturally, you know. If I have to explain to someone how to make a track and stuff, I wouldn't know how to say it because I don't really follow a process, you know. I just do it. You know, if you listen to my song, to a song that I released last week, it's totally different from one that I released 4 months ago. So I keep evolving. So I wouldn't know what to put inside a sample packs if we're talking about Blackchild. But still, a lot of people tell me that when they hear a Blackchild song, they know it's a Blackchild song. Also, if it's another release, you know, they get it's my song. You know, it's something that I can explain. You know, this is viral. Yeah. This is viral.
This is viral. I hope. Yeah. Let's go. Can you be a little bit more emotional? Can you be like, "This is"?
Should I cry?
Oh, that's so funny. Yes, yeah. If you started crying on this podcast, it would go so viral. It would go so viral.
It would be so ridiculous too.
Yeah. So you're so ingrained in everything house music, and I'm sure that you come into contact a lot with people who ask you for advice about the industry in general.
Yeah.
So what kinds of things do you think that someone who wants to be in a position similar to yours should focus on?
I think similar to me, they should focus honestly on the music. The music is the only thing that could change your life and could change your perspective, you know, like, so, I mean, if you really like making music, just do it and follow your taste. Just don't follow, like, the fashion, you know, like, the trends. Just follow your heart and just do it with your heart and just believe in what you like and what you love to do, you know.
A lot of people will hear you say that, and they may think that it's easier for you to say because it's something that you've been doing for a long time. But what I'm saying is that focusing on those words a long time, you've been doing it a long time. You know, using your heart and following your passion and making music a part of who you are.
Yeah.
When it comes to this fascinating life, this going out and DJing, it's something that takes a long time. And I think go ahead.
Sometimes could take also a little time. I know a lot of DJs that just got famous in 2 months and they started touring around because of a viral video or because of something else, you know.
And isn't that interesting? Yeah,
it's super interesting. And it's super cool in my opinion because there's people who take like 10 years and people who take 2 months. So this is that's why the industry is very random and it's very fast. Things are changing very fast, very quickly, you know.
A lot of
so you could be the next one like in a month, you know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good thing, you know, because you need to be there always. You need to stay. You need to keep moving with the industry, with the music that is evolving. So you need to be on point always, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of like TikTok DJs will,
Yeah.
you know, start going viral, and then they'll get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah, but-
like why? Like if this person has figured out a
Yeah.
way to do something that they absolutely love
It's
on
a
a consistent
positive thing.
basis,
So why
Exactly.
why someone should be unhappy if
It's
someone
just-
is just smashing around because of a viral TikTok or something?
I'm so happy that you're saying this because
It's just good to see someone that is getting good achievements from life and career, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just doesn't make sense that someone has to hate, you know.
Yeah. So,
As long as this someone knows what the music means, you know, like can at least DJing and can make and understands the value of the music, you know.
yeah, it's incredibly important.
Yeah.
So let's finish it up because it's late. And that was good advice. Miami Music Week coming up.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited. What does
No sleep.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be absolutely. It's my first. It's my first Miami Music Week.
You took 1 week off, right?
I took off Friday. I took off Friday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Which I feel like is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like no.
You could add Saturday too, you know.
So what does Miami Music Week look like for you?
I mean, Miami Music Week is gonna be
Like where are you performing? I mean.
I don't know if I can say it.
Oh, okay. I thought you could. Sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah, my bad. No, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
I mean, there's a couple of shows that are still not announced, but I'll play the Wednesday on the ground with Frankie Lizardo,
Oh shit!
and then I play the Saturday at Kimpton Hotel with Louis Vega,
Amazing.
the maestro. And I play another couple of shows that are still not announced yet, but they're gonna be cool shows, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. To close it out, what was that Louis Vega song that is something about like mozzarella? What was it?
Mozza Lounge.
What is it?
Mozza Lounge.
Mozza.
MOZA Lounge. Yeah, that one is one of my favorites. Yeah.
We went to Negroni where Mr. Diamond was playing.
Yeah, and they played that song.
Yeah, we were there, and you were like,
Yamil has good taste on this kind of music. Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, hey, Graham, do you know what song this is? And I was like, no. And you were like, it's a Louis Vega song. I would play that.
It's a classic.
I thought you said mozzarella.
I think it's EOL. It's a side project from him, you know. Oh, it's EOL or maybe it's Masters at Work. I'm not sure, you know.
Let me try to find it to close out the podcast.
Mozza Lounge.
Do you have his number? I need to call him and ask him for permission to.
Yeah, he's gonna watch this podcast 100%.
Sorry, Louis Vega. I can't find it. Whatever, not a big deal. Okay, Blackchild. It was an absolute pleasure having you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. This was my first podcast back. This was my first podcast in Miami, and the first podcast that I've done in a year. And I'm not gonna lie, man. It is pretty fucking nice doing it with you. So
yeah, my pleasure, bro. As I said, it's been very exciting to talk with you about this and this journey that I'm doing, and that is still at 50%, maybe 40.
Oh, you haven't even begun to peak. All right, brother. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
Yes. All right, friends. I love you. Peace.
Ciao.